And welcome back, YouTube. There's a little gap between this video and the last video, but I'm going to go ahead and tag it as a dot two because I'm still kind of continuing the same drive. Just would have been really awkward to do it on the last drive. So 7-Eleven ended up being a hell of a good call. I'm really glad I went in there. The women in the women in front of the broken down vehicle were not as attractive as they looked like from inside my car with my bad eyes. So I wonder at this point how many women look more attractive to me because I have bad vision. I almost wonder if that's the advantage and why older men get bad vision. So I can still see attractive women when there's none there. Oh yeah, when you're over 50, your eyes go bad, so the women your age look better. That's evolution right there. All right, so it's 3:33 in the afternoon, still Sunday. Anyway, that's fine. I'm not gonna not help them because they're not as physically attractive as I thought they were. That's not right. So I kind of asked them, what was going on, if they needed any help or anything, and excuse me, lung butter. Anyway, so they said that they had run out of gas, and that they were confident they ran out of gas, and that they had got gas, but it didn't seem like it was starting, but the guys were working on it. And that's when I quickly realized there were two guys with them, one behind the wheel and one outside the vehicle trying to help. They were on the other side of the vehicle. I couldn't see them from my vehicle, and well, that's fine. And I just kind of figured, well, I've got more than a little bit of experience with car issues. Not that I'm exactly a mechanic. I mean, I've certainly done my share of car repairs. Enough to learn that I absolutely hate working on cars. For those who don't know, I owned and operated a taxi company for about 3 years, and a lot more of that time was spent repairing cars than I would have liked to have spent repairing cars. And many of those repairs I had to do myself, or at least do with the help of another person, just because that's all the budget allowed. And the upside of that is I've repaired several of my own cars since, at times when I just didn't have the money to take it to a shop. And I'll still do some basic stuff myself if I absolutely have to, but man, I do hate working on cars. But I'm reasonably good at diagnosing car issues. And anyway, they had gas, and he went to start it, and it turned, 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 and it was not firing at all. Which most likely means one of two things. It's not getting spark, or it's not getting gas. The more likely of the two things is that it's not getting gas. And if it was running just fine prior to running out of gas, most likely the reason it would not be getting gas, and this is what I told them, most likely the reason it would not be getting gas, it was running just fine prior to running out of gas, but now you've run out of gas and you put gas in it and it's not getting gas, is that you've clogged your fuel filter. And yeah, Dan's car tips. I don't know if I've done any car tips in the course of these vlogs, but this is a good one. Don't run out of gas. That seems like a common sense thing, but yeah, really good car tip for you. Don't run out of gas. Run low. Don't run out. Whenever you get gas, you open your gas tank, which is a sealed system. And dust gets in. Even if you don't realize dust gets in. Dust gets in. The minuscule pieces of dust, and shit that's in the air, especially if it's a windy day and you're getting gas. Crap gets into your gas tank. It's not much, but over time it adds up. that stuff always settles towards the bottom of your gas tank. And as long as you never run out of gas, it stays there. And it doesn't really pose much of a problem. Occasionally, some of it will get into your gas line, and that's what the gas filter is there for. Stops it from getting into your fuel injection system, or, you know, maybe you have a carburetor. I don't know how many people still drive cars with carburetors, but I know it's a thing. Anyway, that stops it from getting further into your fuel system, because that'll really mess up your vehicle if it does. That's what the fuel filter is for. So yeah, when your fuel filter so that's what the fuel filter is for. It occasionally will get the dust that gets, you know, whatever debris gets into your tank, it'll stop it. All filters clog eventually when too much crap gets in it. But one thing that's very likely to... Yeah, you're cool, dude. I hate loud cars. One thing that's very likely to clog your fuel filter is running out of gas. Because when you run out of gas, all that crap that's settled to the bottom of your fuel tank, all that random crap gets sucked into the gas line, because you basically got some suction from your fuel pump. You got suction from your fuel pump. That's what, you know, pulls the gas out of the fuel tank down the gas line. That suction, when it gets to the absolute end of the tank, when you run out of gas, it sucks the last little bit of gas out, and whatever is in there with it, which will be whatever sediment has gone to the bottom of your gas tank. And it's very likely that is going to be enough to clog your fuel filter, especially if you've done that a few times. So, you know, it's like, when you're broke, it's really hard. I get it. I've been really broke a lot. But even if all you've got is $2 to put a couple more gallons in your tank so you don't run out of gas, and you need to stop driving for a while until you got more gas money, do it. Because running out of gas is very likely to clog your fuel filter, and fuel filters, if you don't have money for gas, you sure as hell don't have money for fuel filters. And if you don't have money, and if you don't know how to change a fuel filter yourself, you've created a situation where you got to pay a mechanic money you don't have. And I know you don't have money for a mechanic because you didn't have money to put gas in your car. So anyway, there's your advice. There's your free advice for the day. Car advice: don't run out of gas. It can mess you up. Now, no guarantee that's what's wrong with their vehicle, but that is certainly the first thing I would check. That's what I told them. My story with the people that ran out of gas actually goes a little farther, but I'm going to stop it for now, as I just hit back in store, and I only have a limited amount of time. This place closes at 7, which granted is a ways off, but I only have a limited amount of time. Between now and 7 with which to be productive here, and I need to be productive here as long as I can tolerate the heat. So it is a little warm out today. I don't know the temperature, but it is kind of warm. So I don't know. So it's such a tough one, you know. It's like when it's overcast and stuff, like it's nice, it's cool, but once it starts raining, I'm not productive here either because of the wet. I don't want to carry any of my electronics out in the wet. But yeah, it gets too hot. I can't work in it. So anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully I do get back to the story of the people that were broke down next to me at 7-Eleven, because it's a really good feel-good story. And as I said at the, not this video, but the 2 videos back, the one when I left my apartment today, when I'm at home all the time, I feel like I hate life, and I feel like I'm depressed, but I think it's a certain element of my home. But when I'm out and about and just interacting with random people, positivity happens, and some positivity happened, and I want to talk about that as soon as I start filming again. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.